What is going on, guys? I'm back with another trading recap, and today I'll be showing you a trade that I took on XAU Gold, actually using the futures contracts. So let's get straight into it. So first things first, the analysis that I had going into the day. So recently we've been quite bearish, in my opinion, on gold. Right here, we're sitting inside of this inversion. And so we haven't quite broken out of it. If we did, then I'd consider going long. However, we have lots of sell side. So this morning specifically, right here, we opened up and we're just sitting inside of this 30-minute fair value gap. Mark it out right here. We also had this order block. So we traded into that, had a clear rejection from it on the 30-minute. You could see based on the candle signatures right here, we're just wicking inside of it. Okay, the closure is staying inside of it. We're not closing above it, so we're clearly respecting it. So right here, this order block, let me mark that out. So we also had this kind of more exaggerated candle, so that took quite a bit of buy side. And then what I am claiming to be a protected stop right here. So I believe that price will not come back to this area right here. Okay, I don't think price will come back to that. So I'm thinking, okay, let's short. But how I've been trading gold, and if you're a lower time frame trader, then a lot of the time you're gonna get chopped out. So it's better to kind of use the higher time frames. My favorite is probably the 5-minute. However, let me show you the trade that I took. So right here, if we look at the 5-minute, and unfortunately I don't have a recording because this entire morning I was having issues with Top Step. Normally I show you guys the execution, like what I was looking for and all that, and you could see it in real time. However, I just don't have that today. So basically I entered on this 5-minute. Yes, it got disrespected. No, it does not matter because I am putting myself in the shoes that this high is not going to get taken out. So it doesn't really matter. Entry is honestly like that kind of comes last. You have to have your bias. Obviously, you have to have an entry model or else you're going to be undisciplined. However, overall, like your bias is more important than the entry itself. Okay, because I know what direction it's going in. I just don't know exactly where the candles are going to turn around and run, you know, or else everyone would be a billionaire trading if they knew that. So as we came up higher, I noticed that we were respecting that 5-minute and just overall having this turnover. So we actually add into that. I tightened my stop loss to about right here, and what was initially I think it was like a 1 to 3, it became a 1 to 4.5, which isn't bad. Aimed for kind of these, this is right below Asia lows, so kind of show you that right here. Skip through price. Right around these lows, we have equal lows. And we definitely can expect later into the week. I mean, we have just tomorrow, Friday. We could definitely expect some of this more sell side to get taken out. We'll just have to see how price develops. We have another few hours to work with. Depending on how that 4-hour closes is honestly going to determine where it goes. Because if we overtake this again, then we might honestly see some highs. But I'm thinking right now, like this fair value gap is going to attract price. All the sell side that we saw in the lower time frame is going to attract price. On the weekly, we have I believe it's more clear on the actual Forex version of it. If I have it right here. Yeah, these lows on the weekly, but I'm not expecting it to trade right there this week at this point. Like that'd be insane if we had that big of a move. However, yeah, that was the trade. It's pretty clean, pretty easy. Nothing too crazy. And there's only like a few times that I ever move my stop loss, and this is that. So even though it's just this high and then some of this in here, I'm expecting that it's going to be protected just like that initial high was protected. So it makes sense to move it lower. And then obviously by the time we're like down here, I'm going to break even. So in terms of XAU, that's what I took. NQ was a different story. It was honestly a mess this morning. So I initially was bearish because I wanted to see some of the sell side taken. It was taken, and sure enough, I became bullish. We also, if we look at ES on the left, and let me replay it, go in replay mode so you guys see what I'm seeing. We had a ton of buy side right here. We had this high, this high, this high, and this high. So we had like 4 highs just lined up ready to get taken out. So initially we traded lower. I was expecting that. I went long. I got stopped for break even. I went long again, got stopped for break even. And honestly, it was just kind of a mess. That's just how it is. And looking back, because ES was the more bearish asset, you could see this was our SMT that we had. We created the low down here. And I haven't been trading ES a lot just because it's a little ugly. So I took NASDAQ knowing that it was the more bearish asset. And sure enough, I got chopped out of it. So it's kind of just a mess. Bias was correct. However, I just was not able to execute the same way I executed on gold. And it is what it is. Like, I could just learn from that and move on. So definitely the move would have been to take a trade in here. I believe there was a 5-minute which I marked out. Yeah, there's a really good trade right here. It was just a simple 5-minute. This would have been market structure shift right here, a 5-minute fair value gap, and then the higher time frame we had this 15-minute. So honestly, that was an amazing trade. I just, ES does not usually move that good, so I haven't been trading it as often. However, that definitely was the right way to go. But overall, just you got to journal it and learn from those mistakes. We're going to keep moving on. We have more highs in here on NASDAQ. I definitely think that we could run through them by tomorrow. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll be live streaming.